Good morning, dear student. In continuation of the ADH hormone, yesterday we have discussed, in last class we have discussed the diabetes insipidus as a, is a condition, clinical condition or syndrome characterized by production of abnormal large volume of that. There are two types of the diabetes insipidus, nephrogenic and neurogenic. Nephrogenic means there is a kidney is unresponsive to the ADH hormone because of the receptor deficiency or receptor abnormalities. So there are two reasons, acquired and genetic reasons, and treatment can be chlorpromide drug can be used, which can be increase the in a response to ADH. While the neurogenic is a disease in which there is a disease in the hypothalamus, in the hypothalamus hypophyseal tract or posterior pituitary, which can be affected. So neurogenic diabetes insipidus can be occur. That condition may be seen in the head injury, craniopharyngioma tumors of the posterior pituitary, infections like meningitis, encephalitis, vascular lesions. These are some important regions in which region, in these lesions the ADH secretion is very less. So dilute urine is produced. The treatment of this condition can be treated with the analog of the ADH hormone, vasopressin hormone. They can be given injectable or oral. Injection of vasopressin can be useful in this condition. Next condition is a syndrome of inappropriate ADH secretion. Inappropriate ADH secretion means excessive secretion of ADH occurs in a clinical syndrome called SIADH. Means the plasma osmolarity is not so much increased, even then there is an increased ADH secretion. So the inappropriate secretion of ADH we call syndrome of inappropriate ADH secretion. What are the conditions where this can be seen? A head injury, ectopic production of the ADH by some malignant tumors. Suppose there is a tumor of the malignant tumors of the ADH secretion cells. So there is an excessive ADH secretion, but plasma osmolarity is not so much changed. Neurological condition like multiple sclerosis, Guillain-Barré syndrome, brain abscess, meningitis. Meningitis means infection or inflammation of the meninges that are present around the brain. Encephalitis means the inflammation of the brain tissue, brain parenchyma. We call encephalitis. Some drugs which can also causing the similar kind of action produce the SIADH, high dose of oxytocin, vincristine, and others. In SIADH, not only there is a dilutional hyponatremia because of increased ADH secretion, there is a increased reabsorption of the water, so there is a dilution hyponatremia, which will increase absorption of the large quantity of the water from the kidney, but also there is a natriuresis. So there is a loss of sodium in the urine. Secondary to decrease aldosterone secretion, activates by the expansion of the ECF. So if the SIDH is due to the brain abscess, the condition called cerebral salt wasting. Because of the brain abscess, the ADH secretion is increased, water reabsorbed, and there is a wasting of the salt through the kidney. So that condition we call cerebral salt wasting. And if due to the lung disease, it is called pulmonary salt wasting. So this is a syndrome of inappropriate ADH secretion. This is usually asked in the Viva and sometime in the short note. Next hormone is the oxytocin hormone. Oxytocin hormone is a pituitary hormone, which is posterior pituitary hormone, which is a oligopeptide similar as a 9 amino acid hormone, similar as the ADH. Oxytocin is mainly synthesized by the paraventricular cells, while the ADH is secreted by the supraoptic nuclei of the hypothalamus. After synthesis, oxytocin is secreted in the posterior pituitary where it is stored. The precursor molecule is a pre-pro oxyphysin that contains the oxytocin, nidophysin 1 and glycoprotein. The steps of other steps are similar with the ADH. Regulation of the secretion. Oxidation secretion occurs in response to two important stimuli. As ADH is important, there were two stimuli were important. One was the increased plasma osmolarity, otherwise the decreased ECF of blood volume. While here there is a two important stimuli. One is the suckling at the time of breastfeeding. As the baby sucks the breast, there is a stimulation of the hypothalamus through the various reflexes which stimulate the secretion of the oxytocin hormone. Second is the cervical dilatation at the time of parturition. At the cervical, if there is a cervical dilatation during the parturition, this is a stimulation for secretion of oxytocin. Genital stimulation in the female during coitus increase the oxytocin release. Even during the coitus is increased. Stressful condition facilitated oxytocin release. Oxytocin secretion is inhibited by alcohol. If the person is taken alcohol, then it is release is decreased. What are the function of the oxytocin? There are two important functions. One is the milk ejection reflex, another one is the parturition reflex. So milk ejection reflex start from here. So there are the receptors present around the nipple. We call tactile receptors. As baby starts sucking, the tactile receptors get stimulated and afferent fiber will go to the spinal cord, and through the spinal cord they reach to the hypothalamus. Paraventricular nuclei of the hypothalamus and supraoptic nuclei of hypothalamus. So mainly the paraventricular nuclei which secrete the oxytocin, which increase the release of oxytocin hormone, and the stored oxytocin hormone also get released into the circulation, which will reach to the at the myoepithelial cells of the breast, which help in ejection of the milk. So immediate ejection or flush out of the milk outside from the myoepithelial cells to the nipple, and baby can take the breastfeeding. So this is a receptors, this is afferent, and this is center of the center. Then this is a efferent, and this is efferent organ. This is the receptor reflex arc. So discharge or expulsion of the milk from the breast of the mother into the mouth of the baby when baby suckle during breastfeeding is called milk ejection reflex. This reflex can be asked in short note or in short answer question. Reflex nipple stimulates suckling with the baby. Afferent neural transmit to the nipple to the spinal cord from the there is a via spinothalamic tract to the brain. In the midbrain, information reaches paraventricular nuclei of hypothalamus, rising to the cholinergic fibers. These fibers stimulate oxytocin secretion in cellular cells of hypothalamus and hypothalamic pituitary axis. Oxytocin is released from the pituitary and enters into circulation. Oxytocin causes contraction of the myoepithelial cells of the milk-laden alveoli of the mammary gland. Therefore, milk is forced from the alveoli into the duct, and there is from the mouth to the infant. What is the effect? Due to initiation of this reflex, milk from the mother's breast is forcefully discharged into the mouth of the baby. Therefore, reflex is called milk ejection reflex. Another hormone which is helping in the secretion of the milk is prolactin hormone, which is secreted from the anterior pituitary, which help in synthesis and secretion of the milk, while the oxytocin help in ejection of the milk. Another reflex is the parturition reflex or delivery process, we can say. Oxytocin causes the contraction of the uterine muscles. Oxidation released during the delivery period and increase the concentration and peak just before the parturition, and number of the oxytocin receptors also increase during the uterine muscles at the time of parturition. Due to increased plasma level of the oxytocin, increased sensitivity to uterus to toxin, oxytocin is also increased. Uterine contracts vigorously, leading to the expulsion of the fetus. So in the delivery process, oxytocin is very helpful. Thus, oxytocin initiates and completes the parturition, and parturition reflex is a neurohumoral reflex. Oxytocin receptors are also present in the ovary. It is believed that oxytocin facilitates the degeneration of the corpus luteum at the end of menstrual cycle. Oxytocin secretes the increase in the male leading the organism. In females, following ejaculation of the sperms into the female genital tract, oxytocin causes contraction of non-pregnant uterus to facilitate the sperm transport into the fallopian tube. And oxytocics. Oxytocics are the synthetic preparation of the oxytocin hormone. They are used routinely in the labor room for the induction of labor if labor pain does not start effectively at the time. And second one is oxytocin infused is given to facilitate the progress of labor. किसी को labor नहीं हो रहा है, then we give oxytocin infusion. And thirdly, it is routinely injected immediately following the delivery of the placenta. जैसे ही baby deliver होता है, after that placenta is delivered, the routine injection of the oxytocin is given to prevent excessive postpartum hemorrhage (PPH), in which uterus contracts severely in response to oxytocin, and bleeding vessels are compressed in the contract uterus that prevent bleeding. So this is the end of the ADH hormone and oxytocin hormone. Both hormones are very, very important. You have to learn everything about both these hormones. Thank you.